Hi, John Graham, HoustonISO9000.com. We're going through 9001 2015 and section on measurement. Let's look at 9.3 management review. Most companies elect to do this, and the standard does require you to define the interval once per year. Now, there's others that do it every 6 months. We actually have one client that does it at the end of every month, a full management review. I'm not necessarily recommending that, but they have benefited tremendously and grown strategically because of it. This should be a strategic tool. In fact, in the opening paragraph, the standard says you shall have a management review to make sure your QMS is suitable, adequate, and effective, and in an alignment with strategic direction. Strategic direction, it doesn't say you must have a strategy like you hand them a booklet, but management has to know what that strategic direction is and making sure, because back in section 5, leadership, it talks about strategic direction and alignment. And now we're going on the back end as we review in management review, we want to make sure that our QMS is in alignment with what our desires, our strategic direction. So key executives have to be present. There has to be a report, and there must be evidence that you go through all the sections required in 9.3. Just take the standard out, go through and make sure for every requirement, have a heading and fill in evidence under that, and then discuss the effectiveness of each one of those sections. For example, our risk management, what we've done. How effective is that? Taking care of vendors and vendors survey and analysis. And here's what we've done. How effective is that? And then in the end of going through all those topics, the thing that standard requires is output. The output are action items. You have to have that clearly in the report. In fact, the first thing required on your list is that you look at the action items of your last management review. And then that's where making sure people, hey, Bob, Bill, Tom, you were assigned this. Did you do those things? Report on it. What happened? And then you go on through the management review and all the topics, and now we have action items. If you thoroughly discuss all of those things, actions, things we need to do will come out. Now you assign those action items, and remember, those will be the input for the next management review. So the standard requires clear records and the key executives for your QMS to be here.